As I get older, it's amazing how two things occur simultaneously. That I feel more beautiful because I feel like my outsides match my insides, and more invisible as I just plain get older. And the feeling of invisibility is one that I have fought since the time that I'm very young. I was absolutely an ugly duckling, acted out as a teenager, and, purposely made myself look outlandish and ridiculous, first as a defense mechanism, and then unfortunately those things stick. And so, definitely a not a it didn't have any kind of male attention when I was in high school, unless it was being made fun of. So when I exited my marriage, that need for attention took over, right? So I've talked before about how I, in victimhood, saddled my ex, to almost be a father figure for me, and that I was not mature. I kind of made him look after the finances. Like, I played helpless a lot. And so now I'm on my own, and it is, I'm in charge of my own household emotionally. Forget financially, but emotionally. And so now I've got all this freedom. And, the title of wife was a very comfortable one for me to wear. So now I don't know how to be. I had no idea how to be. I mean, I met Rob when I was 19. So you can imagine entering back into the world, out of the world of beepers, and there were no cell phones, is already a different world. Of course, no dating apps. That stands without reason. So, I really had no way, or did not know how to govern myself. All I knew is that I had, unfortunately, my adolescent was in charge, and she was like, "Do not be ignored." So I made sure I wasn't ignored, for better and for worse. So as I work my way through those feelings of feeling invisible as I get a little older, and I come to terms with who I really am, and come to terms without needing the reflection from the outside as much as I did once. Here's what occurs to me. I really thought that the hunger inside me, what I was so lonely for, and what I longed for in my marriage, was a man. And I thought maybe Rob wasn't the one to provide it for me, or maybe, we met so young we weren't a good match. And then subsequently, maybe I was just picking, bad boys because that was my stupid taste. But that's not true. That's not true. What I was hungry for was a relationship with God, Father God. My relationship with Mother God and the feminine part of the universe was actually overactive. But my relationship with a paternal sense of God within myself was missing. So I looked for it in men. Some of the wrong men, some of the right men. But I was looking for something that I was never going to find in a man. I was only going to find it in the man inside me. And I've worked really hard on healing that man, on allowing his power out, on allowing him to stand up and be an adult and take charge. It's kind of the male part of the queen energy, and the protector, and the standard bearer. And I have embraced those things full fold. And in return, become more whole. I'm not healed yet. I think we spend our lives healing in a beautiful way. And, as long as we are actively looking to grow always, and broaden what we do, and how we contribute, there's no wasted effort. There's never was wasted effort. But what I invite you to do today, if you are a man, look inside at your woman. The woman inside you, there's one. It could be in the form of a mother wound. It could be in the form of a teenage heartbreak that stayed with you. There's a feminine wound in there. And for women, the wound could be your father. The wound could just be an unfulfilled longing. And for me, it turned out that I was without a relationship with the divine Father. And finding that relationship has been profoundly powerful and has changed the entire course of my life. It's also made me far more comfortable in what I expect in a partnership. He doesn't have to feed me things that no man was ever going to be able to feed me. So I wish for you today some healing, some grace, and some healing. And I will see you tomorrow.